in case you didn't realise, Matt, what a nutty club you've joined. I think you've just had a pretty clear indicator in the last 10 minutes, have you not?
It's a special club, isn't it?
It is a special club. Seriously, that is how you feel. You are absolutely in your element at this football club.
Yeah, I love it. From the minute I met...
Do you want to come slightly central, just so we're... I know you're a bit frightened of me with me having a bare bottom.
No. The minute I met Gary and the board, I was sold on coming to work here. Speaking to people this evening, I think there's a little bit of conversation around why I would leave the job I was in and why I joined the situation that I did. But that didn't enter my mind. It was about coming to work for people I believed in and going on a journey together.
Have you been surprised, were you surprised at how tough the challenge was? Because there's been a stark turnaround in form, 3 points from your first 24, and now all of a sudden, what have we done? 20, you'll know this, 21 from 33, which is a hell of a turnaround.
Yeah, I think that, you know, any job you go into, you can't know the true challenges that lie ahead. I came in with loads of enthusiasm and loads of belief in turning it around, but there was obviously a lot to sort, and we set about the task. First and foremost, we needed to tighten up at the back. You've got to set some foundations, and from there you can build. So we've been really pleased with the work we've done, but there's plenty more to go.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, this clearly is a bit challenging because we don't want the kettle to boil too much tonight. Your feet on the ground, there's still a lot of work to do, but whatever happens at the weekend, and obviously the whole room hopes you do it, you have joined a tremendous football club.
Yeah, incredible club, full of fantastic people. I hate losing, I'm here to win. My whole life is built around building an environment, a team and a group that goes to win, and we fully intend on going to West Brom at the weekend. The same calmness that we have done for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And if we do that, we have a chance.
Yeah, your calmness most of the time is in stark contrast to those amazing goal celebrations. Actually, do you have to think about stuff like that? Because some managers in those circumstances are very reserved and they go, well, it's the 90th minute, you know, there might still be 6 to add on, I better be careful. But mate, you go for it.
This job is really tough. There's some real, you need resilience, you need character, you need to dig deep a number of times. So when you have moments like that, you have to enjoy them. If not, what's the point? I don't have it in me to reserve myself for that moment because it was pure euphoria, elation. The noise inside the ground was incredible. And what's the point if you can't enjoy those moments? What's the point?
Yeah. Do you surprise yourself when you watch them back?
Yeah, I didn't realise that. But you know, it is full of those moments. That's the drug that we chase. And I knew how big a moment it was for us as a football club. It gave us an opportunity this weekend, and that's obviously we've been chasing to get above that line, and now we intend to stay there.
Yeah, I mean, it was full on kitchen sink, was it not? There was no prisons there. You just had to put that in to put the situation in your own hands.
Yeah, and I'm so pleased with Shandon. You know, he's a boy who cares, and he's had a rough ride. There's no denying that, but he cares, and for him to come on and have such a big moment for us. Truly shows the way the group's been building because he's a great lad, he's got loads of ability in his feet and we hope to get more out of him.
Yeah, you are clearly going to be very modest about this, but obviously what happened with Thomas last week, for anybody who doesn't know, Matt went to collect him to the Eurostar, met him in Brussels, brought him back. Well, is that typical of your management staff? Yeah. You won't take it, so I'm not going to over. I just want to put that to one side. Is that typical of your style? You try and get inside the lives within reason of your players to make sure they are as comfortable as possible?
Absolutely. I'm incredibly fortunate and privileged to be given the opportunity to lead a football club. To be a manager, I feel that you have to live it true to your values and your morals. And that was just, you know, that was just a moment that presented itself. It was real tragedy for Thomas. I spoke to Pilch at the Supporters Trust dinner last Wednesday, and we decided that one of us needed to go, and it just felt like it should be me. The way I want to lead, felt like it was the right thing to do, and I just wanted to make sure Thomas was alright because, you know, I'm really fortunate. I've still got my dad. For anyone who has to go through that experience at such a young age for him, I just wanted to.
I mind, because I do know Kevin's story, a situation that you went through yourself in your career, literally on the way to a game of football. So a very good guiding hand in circumstances like that. Phil's lost his dad in pretty much the same circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know the Pilks, Foles, the staff that have been at the football club have welcomed us with open arms. You know, I wanted to play team sport when I was a kid because I love being a part of a group. Although I'm really fortunate to be at the front, I love being a part of this football club with the support team behind the lads, and they all mean a great deal to us.
Yeah. How do you cope with the pressure and the scrutiny? Do you cope with it well? Do you get stressed out?
Yeah.
I'm bringing your backroom team up in a minute, so you better tell the truth.
Yeah, I do. Poor Ben certainly has to listen to me in the car when we have tough moments. Of course, the stress affects your life. It's the job, but there's no point getting involved in a job like this if you don't understand it's going to come. But I love it. I cherish it. I crave the responsibility and the pressure, and you wouldn't get involved in a job like this if you
Why?
didn't. Why? Good question.
Different pressure to as a player?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, playing was easy compared to this. Bloody hell, that was easy.
Right. Don't put that on social media for the players to see. All right, we want them to step up.
No, it's without going too deep. It's the opportunity.
No, go deep. Go deep.
It's the opportunity to build something bigger, to be part of a group, to achieve something greater than you believe is true, that you believe is possible, and to do that with like-minded people. I think that's why character and personality and integrity of the group is everything to me, because without that, you can't build anything, and they have to be your building blocks, and that's why I love having the opportunity to lead in the way that I believe in, because if you're not at the front, you don't have that opportunity to really imprint. So having the opportunity to do this job, it allows me to do what I believe in, along with the guys that I work so closely with. And the only way you get to do that is to take the responsibility from the front.
Whoa.
You've got a beautiful family, but is football in your head literally every second of every day? Have you been absent without leave at the dinner table this last few weeks since hope sprang eternal you could get out of this situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it in your head now? Is a little part of you going, I wish this dickhead would stop asking questions? I want to get and start thinking about the game. Careful how you answer that, Matty.
Don't give a long time, I know what you like.
Yeah.
It's in your head constantly because you feel the responsibility. I feel that. I love my girls more than anything, but when I'm at home at the moment, it's the job, and that's, it's not, when you get involved in a job like this, you understand it takes over your life. It's part of the role, and you wouldn't do it if you didn't truly cherish it and love it and want to achieve something. So I'm comfortable with that. It's a guilt that gets to me from time to time, because I'm human and I love my girls incredibly so. But you have to weigh up that guilt with what you're achieving and what I'm trying to show them that hard work can provide.
Have you got any interest outside football? Do you ever sit down when the girls have gone to bed and there isn't a Netflix series you're watching at the moment? Nothing, even for 45 minutes on a night, you don't get away from football?
No, I don't think so. Sandor keeps sending me videos to watch.
Does he? Should we get you back room stand up? Yeah, let's do that. No, we haven't. You're not finished yet by a long shot. Let's welcome assistant manager Richard Thomas. He's going to join us.